Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, the top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out. Great tents, New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birth most of chains in the game? Why would I?
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down every time I turn it up.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Denver Broncos
and the Las Vegas Raiders.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Once again, it's Jacobs.
Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
The Raiders at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Darren Waller's one of the top tight ends in the NFL, and when he's healthy, he's always on pace for a 1,000-yard season. Easy play right there for him to move the chains.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Cole.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now Carr. And able to complete it to Moreau. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Counter play with Jacobs. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
at their own 25-yard line.
They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
To Gordon, out left. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Second and 10.
Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll make it third down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. action now. Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Card out a throw. Looking deep for Adams. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
What a terrific story is Greg Dulcich, who began as a walk-on at UCLA and got better each and every season. Really stretches the field average over 17 yards per catch his last 2 years as a Bruin. Exactly what Denver was looking for to replace Noah Fant at tight end.
They'll run with a 29-year-old Melvin Gordon.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play action. It's Wilson. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Tim Patrick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Broncos 7, Raiders 3. Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
You're mine.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Open man, that's Renfro. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run right here with Jacobs. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Carr going to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Brendan McManus, the kickoff for Denver.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw his Carr. He hits Adams complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On play action, now Carr. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the moment.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. He'll field this at the 5. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he's got room. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the second half here with Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Gordon on first down. Taken down at the 42.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Wilson. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And it's caught. Touchdown! Greg Dulcich with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Broncos 21, Raiders 3. McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Carr. Flush to his right. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Carr. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
One more time with Jacobs, and this time he is in. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Out is is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. At the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Nate Hobbs there to bring him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson being chased out left. That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Sliding out of the pocket. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Broncos 28, Raiders 10. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
93.
From the 40 now on second down. Carr looking deep for Adams. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now Wilson down around his goal line. This will be caught. Judy. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Williams going to get it again on second down. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he's going to be tackled inside his 10-yard line. May hear a few words from his head coach on that decision. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And a coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Carr now on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they take a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road, how about all of that rolled up into one? Because